step connection and detailing. So thickness of gusset plate is mentioned over here, and you are asked to use two angles on either side of the gusset plate. So this is a cross sectional view. The thickness of gusset plate is 16 mm, and the thickness of angles which are going to use is 8 mm. So it is similar to double cover butt joint now. So deciding T is between 16 and the summation of these two thicknesses. So T will be equal to 16. So both this value and the summation of these two thicknesses is same. So T will be 16 mm. The diameter of bolts to be used is 20, which is given, and diameter of bolt hole will be 22 with the addition of clearance from table 19. So the type of bolt which are going to use, which are to be used, are HSFG bolts. So in order to calculate bolt value, if you calculate VDSF, that is sufficient. So this is how we will be calculating. So 0.55, the number of interfaces will be 2 and KH is 1, ENV is 0.878, pi by 4 into D square, into F0 is once again 0.7 times of FU. So VNSF will be getting this value, and VDSF will be 156.98 kN, which is in turn nothing but bolt value. So number of bolts is given by load by bolt value. So unfactored load was 400, and 1.5 gives you factored load divided by bolt value. You will be getting 3.05 bolts, and it will be rounding off to 4 number of bolts. So this is a detailing. The 4 bolts in a single line. The gusset plate is connected with this angle section on either side. That is ISA 150, 75 and 8 mm. And this value of LT and WL will be obtained from SP6 part 1 page 168. So pitch and edge we have calculated. So this LV is measured from this particular point till here, and this will be LT. This is not from this particular point till here, it is from this particular point till here, the length of shear plane. And this is LT, length of tensile plane, from this center till here. So it is an unequal angle. Once again, the longer leg will be used for connection, so L will be 150 mm, and LC is nothing but center to center distance of extreme bolts from this particular point till here, that will be equal to 150. And W is the length of outstand leg. So if 150 is connected, outstand leg will be 75, so W will be 75, and LV is from this particular point till here, and that will be equal to 150 plus 35, so 185. WL is 90 mm, that is from this particular point till here, from page 168 of SP6 part 1 1964 handbook, and LT is 60 mm. If this is 90, the remaining is 60. So going on to the checks. So first for check is TDG AGFI by gamma m0. So here I have to substitute the provided area, the total area of two angles combined, that is gross area from steel table, into Fy is 250, gamma m0 is 1.10, so TDG will be 791.81. So it can take a maximum load of 791.81 kN without yielding. But the actual load acting is 600 kN, so it is safe. If you move on to the rupture of critical section, so once again you are using angle section, so this is a formula which you have to use. So first you have to calculate AG0, ANC and beta. Once again, AG0 is W minus T by 2 into T, the gross area of outstand leg. The outstand leg is 75 minus 8 by 2, this distance should be deducted, into thickness is 8. So ANC, once again, L minus, it's a net area of connected leg. So this length from this particular point till here is given by this term here, L. The total length is 150 minus diameter of bolt hole is 22. Minus half of thickness is 8 by 2 into thickness is 8. So ANC will be 992 mm square. Similarly, shear lag width W plus WL minus T, it will be 157 mm. If you substitute all these values, beta will be 0.945, it satisfies these two conditions. So TDN will be 414.83 kN. So this particular point should be remembered. This is very important. So this formula of TDN is only for one angle. So whatever value you will get by substituting all the values here for TDN is only for one angle. So we have got 414.83 kilonewton, and that is for one angle. But we are using two angles. So in such case, what you have to multiply this, you have to double this value or multiply it by 2. So for TDN for two angles will be 829.66. So it is obviously greater than the load acting, factored load acting. So it is safe from the point of rupture also. So going on with the block shear failure. So this particular point, this particular block will be separated. So AVG, AVN should be calculated along with ATG and ATN here. So AVG is the gross area in shear, that is LV into T. LV is calculated from this particular point till here. So this is from this particular point till here, not till here. So LV will be 185 into thickness is 8, so 1480 mm square, and net area is AVG minus 1 into 1 in the sense only one shear plane, and the number of bolt holes are participating is 3 full and half, so 3 and half into DH is 22 and T is 8. Similarly, ATG is LT into T, so length of tension plane is 60 and 8 is the thickness, so ATG will be 480. So ATN is ATG minus 1 into, so only one tension plane, so 1. The bolt holes participating is only half, so 0.5 into DH into T. Substitute all these values. So TDB1 309.92, and for two angles it will be equal to 600 kilonewton. Once again, these values are only for one angle. In order to get these value for two angles, you have to multiply it by 2 or double it. So it is 619.83, so greater than 600, hence it is safe. The other TDB value is also 257 for one angle, and for two angles it is obviously you have to get more than this value. So the design should be safe. So cross check this with this value. If it is failing, what you have to do is you have to redesign with the angle with more area. That means you have to choose an angle section whose cross-sectional area, gross area, should be more than the provided now. So cross check this value. If it is greater than 600, well and good, or else you have to revise this section, so choosing an angle section whose area is more than the one which is provided right now. The next problem, a tie member has two angles 75 6 mm, which is bolted to a 10 mm thick single angle row of bolts. You have to determine the tensile capacity of the member and the number of bolts which is required to develop full capacity of the member. The yield and ultimate tensile stress of the material is 250 MPa and 410 MPa respectively, and also we have to check for slenderness ratio if the length of the member is 2 meters. So it's a design problem wherein the load is not given. You have to calculate the load. That means he has asked you to design for its full capacity. That means here the angle to be used is given, the load you have to calculate. So how to get the tensile strength for full capacity? There's nothing but you have to calculate TDG. AG is available now. The gross area for 75 6 mm should be taken from the steel table, and that will be equal to 86.6 mm square, and he is saying that you have to use two angles. So 8.66 centimeter square or 86.6 mm square is for one angle section. For two angles combined it will be equal to 1732 mm square. So if you substitute this AG in this particular formula, AG is 1732 mm square now, Fy is 250, gamma m0, you are aware of this value from table 5. So you will be getting TDG as 393.64 kilonewton. It's the same design problem. Instead of giving the load, he has given the angle and the number of angle to be used. So using that data, you can calculate this value of load. That means he has asked you to design for its full capacity. So this is the full capacity of two angles combined of 75 6 mm. So next step follows same connection and detailing, and after that checks. The same procedure is followed here also. Thank you.